Greetings everyone. I welcome you all to today's class. My name is Alali, God bless, and I especially welcome you to today's class. Today we have some few things to talk about. So let's move to our table of contents for what we have for today. And today we'll be looking at two things. Rules of simple and minimal designs. Logo design processes. Those are the two basic things we'll be looking at today. Logo design processes from start to finish. Okay. Without wasting much time, let's start. Let's go. Rules of simple design and minimal design. What are those rules that govern simple designs? So we'll be looking at them one by one, and in some ways we can improve ourselves, some ways we can improve our design career, and maybe if you are starting your design career, in the way you can apply your designs, the elements you can use and make it look better. So number one is make your design simple. Use simple fonts for your designs. Use simple fonts for your design. Examples of these fonts, look at them. Use simple fonts for your design. Poly, Jackwells, Forslane, Hamlin, Ripples, and Normal. These are simple fonts for your minimal designs. For your designs, try to use simple fonts in your designs. Your content should be readable, because font is not only the main part of focus for user. Fonts helps your design to be readable, so try to use simple fonts for your designs. Fonts that are not too hazard. Fonts have a lot of explanations. Fonts have a lot of meaning to your design. So please try to use simple fonts for your designs. Okay, for those of you joining, welcome. If you have some questions, you can just write them down. Just drop your questions in the comment section. If you have, and if you can hear me, please type that you can hear me. Type on the comment section. If you can hear me, just type you can hear me. If you can see my screen, type you can see my screen. If you are just joining, just type whether you can see my screen. Type if you can see my screen. Okay. Welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, I have to go back. and we have to go back. Sorry, because of those that are just joining us. All right, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Really appreciate. All right, okay, let's go. I was talking about simple rules of simple design and minimal design. Rules of simple design. What are those rules of simple design? And number one, I said simple fonts. Use simple fonts for your design. Use simple fonts for your design. Try to use simple fonts while designing. And I give examples of these fonts: normal font, polyfont, charcoals, ripple, Hamlin, Foslin, etc. So these are simple fonts you could be using for your design. Try to use simple fonts in your design. Your content should be readable, because font is not only the main part of focus for users. So your content should be readable. Try to be using simple fonts for your design. Okay, number two is less content. Less content. Try to manage little content in your design. Less content. The lesser the content, the more simple your design will look. So try to use less content for your designs. Even if clients urge you, or even if clients gives you a lot of content, try to see how you can manage those content. So less content makes your design simpler. So keep only necessary things. Find the juice from your content and then put in your design. Keep the necessary things. There are some things that are not really necessary when you are designing. So keep those things, only those things that are important in your design. There are some content that are not really important and don't really matter in your design. So keep the most important content. Take out those ones that are not important and make your design simple, very simple. Okay. Number three is less colors. Less colors. Try to manage colors in your design. Don't use complex colors while designing. Reduce colors in your design. So try to use monochromic colors. Monochromic color themes. This is the king of minimalism. So always try to use maximum 3 colors, 2 to 3 colors in your design. Try to use 2 to 3 colors in your design. Okay, the next one is the use of white space. The use of white space. The next one is the use of white space in your design. What is white space? Or you can call it white space or negative space. So the use of white space or negative space in your design. Negative space or white space is very important. It's really, really important. Example, this design, the content, the text, there's a space in between. There's a whole empty space or empty area in the design. Sometimes it's not bad. Some person sees it as something not really good. It's not bad. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, please? Can you hear me now? Okay. Alright, thank you very much for acknowledging. Alright, so we're talking about white spaces. White space, now, design is like human being. If you don't breathe, you will not be alive, or you will never be alive. Same as your design. If human beings don't breathe, if you don't have air, if you don't have space to breathe, if you don't have air, you can't live. That's how design is. So the term white space signifies the white or empty space between design elements in layout and page, illustrations, and the distance between single readable letters and characters. In some cases, the white space is called negative space. So you can call it white space, or you call it a negative space. So negative space we have micro white spaces and macro white spaces. So the distance between design element and layout, those are white spaces. Like when we mean design element, the element you input in your design, like in your images, your text, those are your elements, those are design elements. So the elements you input in your design, those are white space. Active white space, passive white space. Active white space refers to the space added in a design layout intentionally to create more focus on specific parts of the design, while passive white space is added in a more organic way to increase readability and comprehension of the design. Understand? Just the spacing between the elements and the layout of your design. That is what we mean by white space. So try to give space in your design. So like from what we said in the explanation, design is just white space is the distance between the element and the layout of the design. And we say design is just like human being. If human being don't breathe, you won't live. That's what we said. And that's how it is in your design. If there is no space in your design, imagine everything is jam-packed. There will be no, it will not be pleasant. So white space is just the area, the distance between the layout and the element. Try to give gap, try to give space so that it will be beautiful and pleasant to see. So the next thing is use light background. The use of light background. Avoid dark. For a beginner in design, if you have not yet understand how to manage backgrounds and colors and everything, avoid dark backgrounds in your design. Avoid dark textures in your design. Always try to use light or soft background. Use soft background in your design to give contrast between your color and text. Make your design attention grabbable. So try to use light background for your design. So avoid dark hazard backgrounds, textures that will not bring out the beauty of your text and your element. Okay, let's go. The next is proper alignment. Proper alignment in your design is very good. Proper alignment. This has to do with your text. The way you align your text, your arrangement in your text, is center alignment, left alignment, right alignment is very, very important and necessary. Never put your content where you want. Always try to put all the details in a proper alignment. It looks elegant and professional. Always try to put your text in a proper alignment. If you want it to be in the left, let it go in the left alignment. If you want it to be in the center, make sure that it's at the center too. When you put elements like images by the side, try to put your text in one side so that it will align and it will be pleasant to see. Okay, let me recap what I was talking about. We are talking about rules of simple design. Rules of simple design. Use simple fonts, less content. The next is the use of color, less color, white spaces, light background, proper alignment. And these are the examples, or these are the rules that you need to apply while doing design, minimal and simple design. So if you have any question in this section before we go to the next, please just ask your questions in the comment section so that I can move to the next. If you have questions, just signify it. So any questions, just type it in the comment section. Please, you can like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, just subscribe, drop a comment. You can share it on your WhatsApp status, share it so that people can join. It's a free class. While we continue, you can share on your status, you can share on your timeline, just share it while we continue. Alright, without any question, let's continue. Let's look at logo design, the steps to take during logo design. Logo design processes start to finish. Okay, so the first thing to do, because so many persons have really been asking me this question: what are the steps to design a logo? What and what do we need to design a logo? How, if I'm being asked to design a logo, okay, if there was simple design, are there also complex design? That's a very nice question. Okay, there's a question here. If there are simple design, are there also complex design? Alright, that question is very important and very necessary. Thank you, sir, for that question. Yes, there are complex designs. Designs are complex when the graphic designer don't know how to manage content, don't know how to manage space, you don't know how to manage elements, you don't know how to manage colors, and don't know how to manage fonts. In fact, when a designer don't know how to manage the elements of design, for example, if you are given content for a design, and if the content are too much, definitely in those contents there are some things that are not really necessary. So you as a designer, you need to learn how to advise your client when it comes to content. You need to learn how to talk to your client. Like, there are some things that are not really important in while you are designing. What people want to see in the design is a message that is being passed in that design, straight to the point, like what the design entails. The last time we talked about order of priorities, like highlighting the important parts of the design. So a design can only be complex if the designer don't know how to manage the elements of design. Spacing, text, color, font, and everything. Okay, there are some designs that the background is black throughout, then text comes on top of the black background with the product pics as seen in the product branding. Is it cool? Noble Trust, I really like your questions. It's engaging. There are some designs that the background is black throughout, then the text on top of the black background with the product pics. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. if the background is not distracting, then it's cool. For example, if you look at the image on my screen right now, the background is actually black, and it is still cool because it's straight to the point. The texts are not too much, and the background is not distracting. It depends on how you manage the spacing in the design. You manage the design, the elements in the design. It depends on how you manage it. I don't know if I've answered your question in any way. So, is there any other question before I can move? All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's go. So, logo design process start to finish. Some persons have really been asking this, and that is why I'm coming up with this. The first thing in a logo design is to discover. When we say discover, what does it mean? You have to discover the kind of business you want to design the logo for, what they do, the things that the business entails. So you need to discover the business. You need to carry out some research about the business. So the first thing is to discover. Get to know the client business. Discovery is about getting to know the client business, its history, industry, competitors, and audience. Okay, before I go on, I want to know if you are still seeing my screen. If you can see my screen, just type yes. If you can see my screen, just type yes. Alright, thank you very much. Alright, thank you very much. So, get to know the client business. Don't just rush into start designing logo using 1 day or 2 days. Do a proper research about the business. Try to even know their competitors, people that do the same business with the business you want to design their logo for. So carry out a good research for the business. So get to know the client business. Discovery is about getting to know the client business, the history of the business, the industry, competitors, and audience. So sometimes it seems it's not, you feel it's not important. but it's very necessary. It helps you to gather more information and know what you want to design, how you want to start. Logo design is not just something you start and you finish one time. Please always try to do good and proper research in your designing logo. So the next thing is research. Find out about the industry. Research is all about analyzing the industry in more details, conducting visual research and drawing conclusions. So after doing your research, after discovering the business, knowing the business, carrying out research, the next thing is to brainstorm. Next thing is to brainstorm. Next thing is to brainstorm. So think of, develop ideas and decide on art direction. Think of, brainstorm of the research. Start thinking of how you can, if you want to start designing with letters, if the business, you want to use the business name, you can use the first and last letter to do the logo. You can use the icons of the business, like what they do. You can use icons of what they do. You can use shapes for the business, for the logo, for the design. You can use icons, you can use letters, you can use shapes. These three things, very important. So develop ideas and decide on art direction. Brainstorming is about thinking through all possible design directions that you could steer creativity in the right direction. So you can use a lot of things. You can use letters, you can use the symbol, what they do, you can use it as your logo. You can use shapes. So these three things, brainstorm between these three things. Try to know their color. So the next thing is making your sketch. After you brainstorm, sketch, make your sketch about make your sketch, do your drawings, try to sketch. It's not a one day something. Logo is something that you do almost all for a long period of time. So do your sketch, try to draw like this letter R now, you draw it in different ways. These are about 12 different ways to draw this. So you look for a possible one that is very okay, very eye catchy, and you draw. So logo designing takes a lot of time. Sometimes I use about 2 weeks or 1 month to create a logo. So 2 weeks, 1 month. Some persons will just tell you, I need a logo in 2 days, I need a logo tomorrow. No, it's not done like that. Something you need to take your time and do it. You are designing something that will represent the brand for a very long time, something that will stand for the brand for a long period of time. So you need to sketch out so many things, then come to the one that is pleasant. So create logo concept based on strategy. The goal of sketching is to find a connection between an idea and the creation of a form. So the goal of sketching is to find a connection. The reason why you sketch is to find connection between an idea and the creation of a form. Then the next thing is the design. Once you sketch your logo, go straight to the design. Once you sketch the logo, go straight to the design. Start designing the logo after you sketch. Add some color, ask for the color brand, add some colors, and come up with a nice concept. Okay, select best options and execute them digitally. Now, design part is all about translating your sketches into digital form and then further testing the ability of each concept. So what you've sketched, translating it into digital form. Because the next thing is to present your logo to your client. Present your logo to your client. After sketching, present the logo to your client. Show the concept on relevant applications. Show the client your three strongest brand identity concepts on relevant applications. So present the logo to your client. You could use mockup for it. You could create mockups and share to your clients. The next thing is delivery. After you present it, prepare a logo artwork and style guide. The delivery package should include logo source, files, and a style guide that describes how to use that logo. So you could create a small template, explaining the logo stages, the logo processes step by step, the fonts you use for the logo, everything you did in the logo. So any questions on this aspect before we move? Okay, does the logo tell a story about a company? Not really. Not really. Like when you say a story, it depends on the kind of story. Story is something that is big or long. The logo does not tell story. The logo just signifies the brand. It stands for the brand. It's like an emblem. When people see that logo, they know it belongs to a group of persons. It belongs to a social organization. These are really technical questions. If a client asks for a logo in 1 day, in 2 days, and is ready to pay double, what can one do? I think for my own, personally, in this case, what can help you is experience. And number two, if you have previous jobs, like sometimes I just design logos and keep. I just design logos and keep. I just do designs and keep them, so that in case of any design, any sudden design or express design, I will just go and use it as a template. That's my personal stuff. I don't know for people. So if I have any urgent work, I could use what I've designed and keep already. and just change it. And secondly, like I said, is experience. What can help you in that state? Experience, because you won't want to lose that pay. So your previous job, or you have any job like that, so carry out extra research, go online, look for logos that are like that, companies that have built logos like that. Use three methods. Try to use the text, like the name of the company. You can use the first and last letter of the business. You can use the symbol, like what they do. You can, if they make shoe, if they are into shoemaking, they make shoes, you can use shoe icons. If they are into sales, you can use cats icons. If they are into e-commerce and all the rest, sales of stuff, you can use what they sell. If they are into cooking, you can use cooking icons, spoons and all the rest. You can use hats, chef cards for urgent stuff like that. Any other questions? I believe you are with our laptops. How much can one charge a startup business versus conglomerate? For example, your friend that is just starting his company versus Indomie company that wants to rebrand his identity. Okay. I think charging is depending on your ability, your productivity. When it comes to customer charging, depending on your productivity. But at first, don't propose a price first to your client. The first thing you should do when charging, ask the client their budget. Sometimes their budget might be higher than your pay, like your price. So propose a budget first. Ask them for their budget first. Don't propose a budget first. Ask them if they have a particular budget so that you can work with that budget. If the budget is not okay for you, then you cannot propose your own budget. So charging of clients depending on your productivity, your ability, how well or how good are you in the job. Understand? So charging of clients depending on you calculate your time, your productivity, your power, your resources, like your data resources, how much data you spend, how much power you spend, your time in the job. Calculate it, then if it's worth it, you give your price. So let's install some applications. The two applications we'll be using is Photoshop and Figma. Photoshop and Figma. Okay, if you don't have Figma, please you can go to your browser. Figma, go to your browser and type Figma download. You can use Figma is a mobile app. You can use the mobile it's a desktop app or web app, just go to your browser and type figma.com. Have you done that? Type figma.com. You can download the app or you use the web app. I'm using the web app. So what you just do after downloading, you can sign up. Just sign up. If you don't want to download it, no problem. If you want to use the web app, no problem. Just type figma.com and sign up. Please, if you don't have Photoshop in your system, just indicate. I'll send you a link to get the Photoshop. If you have Photoshop, type it on the comment section. I'll send you a link. So go to Figma, sign up, put your email address. Are we on the same page? Okay. Now Photoshop. I'll send you the Photoshop link. Okay, Noble Trust Media, have you signed up the Figma? So before we continue, after today, the class is no more going to be free. It's going to be only for those who have subscribed for the course. Esther Abraham, I will send you the link. Just type your email address for me. I will send you the link for the Photoshop. So, like I was saying, after today, the course is no more going to be free for those who haven't subscribed. It's going to be only for those who have subscribed for the course. And the subscription is just 15,000 naira. and we are no more going to be using this platform. We are no more going to be using this platform. We will be using Google Meet for the class. So if you've signed up to the Figma account, just signify, just type yes. Alright. So can you see your dashboard? Once you sign up, it will bring you to the welcome dashboard where you have these templates, you see design file, new design file. There's a plus sign here, that's for a new design file. If you click on it, to click on this new design file to give you this interface. Yours might be white, your interface might be white. Yours might be light like this. Yours might be like this, but don't worry, it's the same thing. All right. Are we together? It's 9 o'clock. I'll be ending the class here. Our next class will no more be on this platform. We're going to be on Google Meet. And I will communicate with you guys via the WhatsApp group. So I'm going to be ending the stream right now. If you have all questions, you can just drop your questions right now before I conclude, before I end the stream. Any further questions? Alright, thank you guys. See you in the next class. Bye for now.